So
I appreciate it.
passionate about this. It's also why I'm so passionate about this. Planning for the future, really planning for my daughter's future. That is what is in my mind and was in my mind when I got a will the first time around and then had to redo it again and really wanted to redo it again when I became a mom. Maybe for you, you are one of the 66% of people who do not yet have a will. The guest with Sean just bravely shared she does not. Maybe you know in the back of the mind you should be doing it and it's on your list, but maybe it feels tedious because there's lawyers and it seems like it would be really expensive and there's office visits and there's a million phone calls and you just sort of push it off and push it off and push it off. I love what this company is doing. It's called Trust and Will. And from the beginning, they said, we can do this differently. The world has changed. It should not be this hard. They made it really fast. In fact, if you want to take your time and as much time as you want, you can. But if you want to do this super quickly, you can get it done in 20 minutes. They made it ultra affordable. I mean, that's one of the things that shocked me when I learned about this company for the first time. As you look at the Today's Special Value, it's never been quite this affordable. We are very excited. This is the lowest price we've ever been able to offer you. But they made it affordable and made it easy and simple to where you can do it all on your couch. I went through this entire process through Trust and Will, exactly the process you'll be doing if you get the Today's Special Value, and did it at my kitchen table today. And it was just the easiest, most simple process. They literally walk you through it. So, and then the hard copies, which I think is the only thing you're thinking, well, if I do it online, they will be mailed to you. I'm gonna walk you through this entire process and our guest, our expert, is gonna help me do so. But let me bring your attention to the pricing on your screen. This is what I think is so exciting. If you are one of those 66% of people who don't have a will, now let this price be the reason that you take care of that for peace of mind, for even, the things that you want, your final wishes, your medical wishes while you're here on earth, and then for your loved ones when you go, whether it's how you want your assets divvied up. One thing you may not think about is appointing guardians for your kids, something I definitely have thought about. I did that before for my pets, appointing guardians for your pets. You can do all that through Trust and Will. For a single person, it will be under $100 for the first time ever. How amazing is that? $20 on Easy Pay. $20 on Easy Pay. To get this will-based estate planning program for couples, it will be $169.98 or $34 on Easy Pay. What is it worth? If you were gonna do this for single, it'd be $218. You're paying under $100. For the couple, it would be $318. And now that's slashed to $169.98. The most amazing thing ever is that is going to cover the cost, now as our Today's Special Value, of giving you a will-based estate plan for one person or two, depending on if you do single or couple. It will come with your last will and testament. It will come with a HIPAA authorization, a living will, that's your medical directive, and power of attorney. Plus, you will get a subscription for 1 year to the Trust and Will online portal. So you will get those hard documents sent to you so that you can go to a notary, get them notarized, sign them with the notary present. But this is coming with the subscription, when you want to go online and look at everything, when you want to make active changes over the next year, you will be able to do that, and that's all included with the Today's Special Value. Can you believe it's that easy? If you are one of the people, the 32,000 people that has bought this through QVC since we introduced, because it's been super popular since we introduced it, please call and share your stories. Our testimonial lines are open. That share your story number is the one you'll call so that you can help others. We love hearing from you. Trust and Will has helped before QVC over 500,000 families. This is one of the reasons why you choose QVC, because we only work with reputable businesses. But they have an A+ accredited rating through the Better Business Bureau, which I thought was incredible, and over 1,000 5-star reviews, thousands of 5-star reviews from Trustpilot. So they are a trusted company, and QVC brought them here for that reason. If you have questions tonight, we have the entire hour. Please call. Paige Volovich, who's going to join me, is here to answer those questions. For the lowest price ever, we can say woohoo for that. The only Today's Special Value from Trust and Will this year. So it's a huge reason to get it. And I just think, Paige, you know, your voice. Sometimes people hear will and they're like, oh, it's that thing, that doomed thing that I have to like, but that way that I look at it is it's really your voice and how you want things done while you're here on earth. And then when, you know, you leave earth for your loved ones, taking that burden off of them and letting them know, you know, the things that you want done and how you want them done. And to me, that is, for my daughter, for my family, true peace of mind.
Indeed. And I'm so thrilled that we're starting right there, because for so many of us, we look at this as this really heavy and daunting and depressing task that we don't want to do. We procrastinate. It lives back here, right? We all know we have to do it. And that common misconception is we need to be super wealthy or have multiple homes. But they have taken out that stigma. And first and foremost, what I love about Trust and Will, and I'm truly honored to be a part of their team, because they want you to shift your thinking, as opposed to thinking this is something very uncomfortable, to something so beautiful and meaningful. It's the most important gift that you can ever give to your family. So shift your thinking and think that you're creating an instruction book, a memoir, a love letter, because as hard it is for you and I to make those decisions today, imagine the pain and heartbreak for your family, because they would have to speculate what you would want, where it goes. And when I tell you, when I was first introduced to this, I couldn't believe in 20 minutes, they took something so complicated and made it super easy and allowed me to do it at whatever speed I wanted to. So we're here to tell you this is an online platform. It's step by step. They're holding your hand, they're guiding you. But think of it this way, they ask questions, you answer. So at the end of those 20 minutes, you're gonna have that legally binding will. We're gonna show you how that process works, how to get it notarized, how to get that legally effective. But I'll tell you, we're going to show you can use it on the phone, a tablet, and computer.
I did it literally on my phone. I mean, that's why I wanted to see what you were going to see.
Yes.
So if you're a tablet person, certainly if you're a computer person, my husband is the person that would say, do it on the computer. But it's up to you. Our 4-step process, and then I want to go in deep dive. But there are 4 steps. Step 1, you get the lowest price we've ever done. You are going to get a voucher that comes to you. That is going to have the value of that, all the things that I'm included. So there's nothing like hidden here. You are going to get a will-based estate plan for a 1 person or 2 people, a couple, depending on what you purchase tonight. You're going to get the last will and testament, your HIPAA authorization, your living will, and your power of attorney, plus the 1-year subscription. Paige is going to dive in. When you take that voucher, you then use the directions on the voucher to go to the Trust and Will website, and then they will walk you through step by step the process.
It's so easy. Once you get that coupon, you put the activation code, it unlocks it, and here you start. This has been created by attorneys, but it's the answers that you and I put in that customizes your own personal will. And it starts off very simple, and for good reason. Your name, your date of birth, and the state in which you reside. This is a state-specific will. That's my most popular question I get all the time, because you know, here we are in Pennsylvania, but laws differ greatly from here versus, say, California. So know that attorneys have created this, but it is truly your answers that are taking you in different directions, asking you if you would like beneficiaries, executors, guardian for your children. And the big aha moment, Courtney and I were just talking about this earlier, and including myself, I never thought about pets needing a guardian. Right? So we've heard from so many of you telling us, thank you for this, because they are such an important, vital part of our family. And now we're able to do that and make sure that they're covered as well.
So after, and we're going to dive through the step-by-step with you. So have no fear, Paige is going to help. I want you to see the 4th and final step is you get the hard copies in the mail. And then they will be the copies that you can then take to your notary, whether it's the bank, wherever you go to, and you will sign with the notary and they will sign, and then you're done. You have those hard copies, and then we'll dive in and walk over here because we'll show you kind of the process of how easy this is. We've blown it up on the screen just so that you can obviously see a little bit better. But I love that there was like a little video it played for me in the beginning, and then it just asked me question by question, line by line. So it wasn't like the feeling of you feel when you go into an office and they slap all this paperwork and you're like, oh my gosh.
And all this jargon, legal jargon. And truly, that was one of my biggest barriers. I was so uncomfortable for my first time that I sat down 15 years ago with an attorney, and I know that I yesed them on questions because I was too embarrassed that I didn't know what they were asking me,
Okay.
what HIPAA was all about, what, you know, the guardianship. But you're going to see here, it's when I tell you it's a questionnaire, it really is. They are prompting you, and here's
So let's
how it goes.
pretend we
Yes.
just put in our voucher code
Yep.
for online, and we know we're getting a will. This is an example of one of the questions that will pop up as you're going through this process.
This is one of the earliest questions you'll receive.
Okay.
So we already put our name, our date of birth, where we live, our address. Then it starts to ask, do you have children? I said yes. Now it asks, do you want to nominate guardians for your children? So what you will see here, this is what I love. We talk about nudges all the time. You can say no, but here, yes. And not only is yes the answer here, but it says most common. That helps you too. It's just telling you what most people decide. Now, do you want to nominate the same guardian for all of your children? An important question. Maybe you have different family members that you think would better, you know, parent your children. You can choose that as well. But I'm going to say, yes, of course I want that same guardian. Now, who would you like to look after your children? And this is where I love that they take that traditional will and they combine it and modernize it. Because if you decide that I would like Emily to be our guardian, this is my friend Jared at Trust and Will, but also maybe you want a backup guardian. I, of course, want a backup guardian. I didn't have that before because you can have several backup guardians because you want to make sure you have a backup plan to the backup plan.
This was one that I love that they're including, appointing guardians for your pets, because before, when I had 2 dogs, unfortunately my eldest dog passed away, but he had a lot of medical needs. And so that was a big part of when we did our will the first time around. I wanted to make sure, you know, I had somebody that would be willing to take care of him. I wanted to make sure I had a plan in place for him and somebody that would be willing to care for him and those needs. And I just think, my goodness, isn't it heartbreaking if that isn't already taken care of and then you don't know. That is where, I mean, this is just one small part of, it is assets, right? It is that, but it is also these type of things too that you kind of forget.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because if you think about it, what is a will? A will is a legally binding document that decides how your assets will be distributed, your property, your pets, your possessions, your children, final wishes. Here, we're talking about your pets, and what I enjoy is you have a decision. Do you want a different guardian for your pets than your children?
Yeah.
Because maybe you have someone specific who is great with children, but maybe not pets, right? So these are all the little things that allow you to customize it, giving you that peace of mind. And so it just continues. We're just going to keep saying save and continue.
Because this is the other thing, like being able to save. Now, if you wanted to just dart through this and get it done, you can. But if you needed to say, like, let me go call this person that I think would be, and make sure this will be, you'll be able to save as you go and then pick back up where you left off from your tablet, from your phone, from your computer. It is genius because then it's happening at your pace.
Yes.
And, you know, I just think that's so much easier and non-intimidating. Again, you're not sitting in an office where every minute that passes by, dollar signs are going up.
You're doing this at your leisure. We talk about it all the time. You can do this while you're having a cup of coffee, a glass of wine. But what I enjoy so much, to your point, when I did this with my husband, there are often times we said, you know what, I want to take a pause. I need to take a break. I want to talk to my dad. I want to talk to maybe someone, you know, a financial advisor. But what you can do is you can save this and you can come back later. So do it in 20 minutes, do it in 5-minute chunks. You can take as long as you want, but this is designed so that you feel comfortable. Now, if at any time you need help, I'm gonna go back and I'll show you on the dashboard. You can go online and reach out to their member services, but just know this, their member services are best in class. I call them all the time.
Yeah.
You can reach them phone, email, chat, but they are US based. They're really, I think, award-winning on my mind because every time I ask a question, they educate you and you walk away with more knowledge, more information, and the comfort level that you are really giving this the best answers possible for your family.
And we're seeing her go through this process and how easy it is. She's at her kitchen table. That's where I went through the trust and will process, and I was just really taken aback with how easy it is and how simplified it is and how it really sort of walks you through and takes out the guesswork. So as you're seeing, she's getting then the hard documents when you're done that will come to you in the mail. And then all she has to do from there is go to her local notary.
That's right. So there's only 2 additional steps that happen. She's going to proofread it, she's going to look it over, and then simply take these documents and head to your notary. So my bank, I think, Courtney, yours is the same. My
Yep.
bank offers free notary.
Yep.
You can go have someone come to your house and do it.